Hey guys, welcome back to Stingray Biology. Today we're just gonna do like an update video on things that are happening around the facility, and maybe I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that I moved around in the past couple of weeks and show you how they're doing. But really quick, what is very interesting that I really want to show you guys is my last video was on how rays can change their color or pattern according to their tanks. If you guys watched that video, you saw that, well, maybe it wasn't that video or the video before that, when I was juggling some rays around, right? I forgot which one it was, either the last one or the previous one. I took some of the guys out of this white basket and I moved it down into the pond liner, right? And then I moved some adults over there. I want to show you the guys that I dropped down into here, because in the previous video when I talked about patterns changing, these fish have only been down here for maybe about a week, and I already see a change in their pattern. See, I was not kidding you. You guys don't believe me? Go back to the previous video. You can see what they look like, the spots when I took them out of the basket, and I'm going to show you right now. And I probably will do another update next week, because I think these patterns are changing, and it's changing pretty fast. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, let's look at this guy. I don't know if you guys can see it, like in the middle of the white spots, you see a little black dot start to form on a couple of these dots around the middle of his body. Now the day that I moved them into the tank, their spots were solid. So I can see a little center of brownish starting to come through. So my guess is over the next week or so, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna start darkening in the center, breaking up open. Yeah, it's gonna end up, my guess, looking like this. Because this guy, I said I moved in here earlier, much earlier, like a few months ago, and they changed into that, but their spots were like that. Okay, now here, look at this guy. This is also one that I moved in last week. Can you see in the center of the head, those spots? Right there and right there. They're starting to have a small little black center. I wasn't kidding, guys. I wasn't making it up. See, it's happening right in front of your eyes right now as well. So that's today's update on this tank, and I will move on to the update into this tank where I told you I was trying to pair up these fish in the cage for breeding. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let me just finish up this water change right now. I was just trying to take advantage of the water being low to show you guys the fish. This guy I moved in last week also, but so far his spots or her spots are still holding up very nicely. But these other guys, I have a feeling are gonna end up like that within the next couple of weeks. It's a shame, you know, it takes away from the beauty. I really like the way they looked originally, but you know, I need to give them space to grow and breed, right? So not much I can do about it. Man, look at that. You can see the spots right in the middle, the black. And I really don't understand, what is it about a dark background that does this to the rays? You know, this is probably the third or fourth occasion I've seen this happen, and it's because I noticed the trends that I realized, hey, this is something legit that really does happen. What causes it? I don't know. But you know what? Let's move on with the rest of the video. Alright guys, let's talk about this tank right now. So if you guys recall, I set up this floating cage and I put up one of these female albinos, and I took a male that was in this tank and moved it over into this tank. And I explained to you the goal was a controlled breeding project to get these two fish to mate. We did express some concern whether it was possible to happen in a cage or a space this small, right? Well, and if you guys also recall, I did say I had it happen before, and this guy, he's very good, and he was able to breed in a cage like that before. So yesterday was Valentine's Day. I feed the fish and I clean up the tank, and what did I find? I found a small little bit of sperm, right? Okay, so I immediately marked down the date, 2/14/20, and I said I found sperm. Well, sometimes for me, finding sperm once is not enough, because especially in such a tight environment, sometimes the male might have been chasing the female, and in a failed attempt where he got all worked up, maybe he wasn't able to inseminate her and he would just release the sperm into the water. We've seen that in some of my previous videos before. So what do I look for? I look, once I see the first evidence of mating, which is the sperm, I look for other things like bite marks and so forth, which, check, we do have bite marks on her. Okay, the bite marks are right there. You see the skin hanging around? That wasn't there when I moved her into this cage. When I moved her into this cage, there was bite marks on the edge of her disc, which I suspected was from the male that was outside of the cage prior to me moving her in there. So what I did there was I also wrote down that date, right? Just in case there was a mating there. I got 2/7/20, albino female, albino male, bite marks, and I put in cage with hybrid male. So that way, when she does give birth, at least I can still figure out which male mated her, right? But because we found sperm and the sperm was inside the cage, it has to be from him. But like I said, maybe it was a missed attempt. So what do I look for next? I look for another occasion where I find sperm, because the sperm doesn't release out of the female all at once. It can come out in stages. What did I find today, guys? I'll let you guys tell me in the comments below. Oh, I think I just spooked him. Let me step back for a second. All right, relax, relax. Don't be so camera shy. Oh my goodness. I guess he doesn't like you guys. All right, you know what? I will just zoom in then. But if you see, I got another clump right there. All right, here we go. So there it is. I've explained to you guys before what it looks like, right? So, I mean, I think we all know what we're talking about here. So there's more sperm here from the male. So I found sperm yesterday and I found today. So that means the sperm is coming from the female. Whereas yesterday, when I just find it once, it could be just the male's missed attempt and I find sperm in the water. So, all right, mission accomplished. And in just a matter of 1 week of putting them into this cage, I got them to mate. That pretty much wraps up the updates for today. I gave you the update on this tank and showed you how the rays are changing after I put it into the dark liner. I will give another update next week, and let's see if those spots expand or break out even more. I am willing to bet it will. Call it the end of this video. Mated. So thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for future episodes. All right. Take care, guys. I might actually release her now back down into the main tank so she has more room to swim. Might as well, right? And that way, maybe she'll do better in there instead of being all tied up in the cage. So you know what? I think I'll do that right now. And then, all right, I'm just gonna pull out this little nugget of sperm, and you guys check it out. I'll just drop it right there. Oh my goodness, what is that? That is gold right there. That's money. Okay, Oi? That is money. Don't give me that disgusting look. That is money. All right, anyways. So, Oi's gonna film this while I'm catching this guy. Hopefully, she won't be as troublesome as last time. Oh, you know what? Now that the water's very calm, I can show them the bite marks. Let me show them the bite marks really quick. I'm just gonna zoom in. We got 2 marks right there. One right there, and one right there. All right. But anyways, I'm gonna let her out of this cage, free her up, so that she has more room to swim and that she can grow better. But let's not freak out everybody. Keep her on one side. Hopefully the male doesn't go nuts. Come on. Oh, this cage is a little bit tight for me to get this plug in here, but we'll make it work. Are they able to see what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. There we go. It's in. Nice and calm. Nice and calm. Come on. Oh, no. No, 1, Why can't anything ever be easy with you? Oh, yeah. Come to this side, right? We had it. She was in.
Daddy?
Oh, gosh. I can't get the tub underneath her. Get the other rays in the way. There we go. Watch out, Kim. Move back. Move back, Kim.
Daddy?
Okay. See, I can't turn the cage,
Ew.
but this guy's in the way.
Ew.
Don't touch it.
Daddy?
Don't touch it. Stay away, babe.
Relax.
The fish going crazy.
Oh my goodness. Last thing I want to do is stress out a ray that just got pregnant. But as I've told you guys before, pearl rays are very feisty. Yes, 1 second, babe. Let me get her released in here.
Daddy?
And now you guys see and understand what I mean. And when they get stressed out because they're albino, you can see all the blood. It's like a pale skinned person that they blush really easily. It's kind of like that. Oh my goodness. You hear that noise? You hear that? He's huffing and puffing.
I think she's angry right now.
Yeah, she is very angry. So let me try to get her out.
Don't touch. I'll explain to you later.
Oh my goodness. Let's help that one.
She's like, get me out of here right now.
Yep.
She's like,
Alright, she's out.
no, she's not.
Yep.
Man, that was a lot more stressful than I wanted it to be. Hopefully she'll eat tomorrow. Normally I won't do something like this until after I've fed them, so at least I know they got, you know, food for the day. But yeah, that was pretty stressful. Well, we'll just keep an eye on her, and when I give you updates next week on the other one, I'll give you updates on her. She should recover, no problem. Right. I'm sorry, Kim, what was it? What do you want to know?
Say it.
What?
What is that?
What is that? What does it look like?
Gooey.
Huh?
It's gooey.
Looks gooey?
Uh-huh.
What do you think it looks like?
Poop.
Poop? No, it's not poop, okay? Let's just say it looks like egg, okay?
That's not egg.
That's not egg? How do you know that's not egg?
Because it needs to have yellow in the middle.
It needs to have yellow in the middle? This can't be the white part, the egg white, the part that you like to eat?
Yeah. Is it from a stingray that poops?
Is it from Stingray poop? We will leave it right there and call it the end of today's video because I do not need to explain to her what that really is, guys.